ain't going.
Then you should let your dumb ass back at that ranch.
What, so you and Uncle just keep doing your thing? Shut the fuck up and shoot. Fuck these niggas.
Boy B-Mickie doing in Atlanta?
Vin's there looking for Meech and T to finish what you two started.
You know, I tried calling you when Bryant came to your house, but
What?
I didn't have your new number.
In Atlanta?
There's something rattling in there.
Get in, come on.
We had no idea we were headed for a motherfucking collision course with all our enemies.
All you had to do was just stay your ass at home in Detroit. All you had to do was just stay your ass at home in Detroit. If B-Mickie would have just stayed his ass at home in Detroit, he could have protected his family and avoided them getting kidnapped by Lamar, as well as having a warrant out for his arrest if he would have just stayed at home in Detroit. And now, it's looking like B-Mickie is either about to go to jail or get taken out in the season 4 finale. One or the other. There's no way in hell B-Mickie isn't about to suffer any consequences for the stuff that he's been doing. There's no way in hell that's not about to happen. And at this point, I don't care what happens to your boy B-Mickie. As long as B-Mickie get neutralized, I don't care what happened to him. He could go to jail, he could die, I don't care. Like I said, he should have just stayed his ass at home in Detroit and all this stuff could have been avoided. He could have avoided all of this stuff that happened to him in this episode, but B-Mickie want to continue to blame Meech and Terry for his problems, so hey, it is what it is at the end of the day. I don't care how B-Mickie's story ends, as long as somebody neutralizes him by the end of season 4, I don't care what happens to him. But what's the deal with it, YouTube? What's good with y'all? What's up with everybody? I go by the name of DC, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving y'all my recap, my review, my thoughts, my breakdown about BMF season 4 episode 9, and let y'all know how I felt about the episode, as well as what I disliked about the episode. But before I get into this breakdown for y'all, as usual, if you're finding me for the first time and you like the content that I upload and create, tap in and hit the post bell notification button to support the channel and to get updated on all content I post on my channel. Hit that like button to help the video get recommended across the algorithm, and leave your thoughts and comments down below in the comment section. And y'all let me know y'all predictions and theories about BMF, as well as how y'all felt about the episode and whether or not if you enjoyed episode 9. Overall, I enjoyed this episode. This was actually a pretty good episode. I ain't gonna front. I give this episode a solid 8. This episode was pretty entertaining to me. I wish it was a little bit longer because it did feel like this episode went by fast to me. But it was still a cool episode at the end of the day. I ain't got nothing bad to say about it. I just wish the episode was a little bit longer. And I wish we could have saw Lamar take out somebody in this episode, because we saw Lamar make his return in this episode. After not being around since episode 5, we ain't seen Lamar since episode 5 when he killed his cousin Alvin. And with Lamar returning in this episode, I was hoping to see him catch a body in this episode, because we ain't seen much of Lamar like that throughout season 4. Besides this episode, Lamar has only been in 2 episodes so far in season 4, which was episode 1 and episode 5. And now episode 9. Like, we barely been seeing Lamar throughout season 4. So with him popping up in this episode, I was hoping to see him catch a body. I was really looking forward to seeing Lamar catch a body in this episode, but unfortunately he did it, but it is what it is. But I am going to start the recap off with talking about Lamar. I'm definitely going to start the recap off with talking about your boy Lamar, because we saw him kidnap both B-Mickie's wife and his daughter because of what B-Mickie did in episode 1 by shooting Lamar when him and Lamar was trying to ambush Meech and Terry and take them out. Because in this episode, we saw B-Mickie's wife Aisha kicking it at the park with their daughter, as well as a family friend. I don't know who this character was that Aisha was kicking it with. And while B-Mickie's wife was at the park with their daughter, B-Mickie's wife Aisha noticed that her daughter was missing from the park after she just saw her. And that's because Lamar decided to kidnap B-Mickie's daughter in this episode to get B-Mickie's wife attention, so he could lure B-Mickie's wife back to her house to ask her about B-Mickie's whereabouts. And Lamar was able to figure out where B-Mickie was at when he saw B-Mickie's wife hiding the number to the hotel that B-Mickie was staying at in Atlanta. And he called the hotel and got the address to the hotel that B-Mickie is staying at out in Atlanta. So with Lamar knowing that B-Mickie is in Atlanta, Lamar decided to kidnap B-Mickie's wife and his daughter. And now Lamar is about to head to Atlanta in episode 10 to try to take out both Meech and Terry and B-Mickie. And like I said earlier in the video, Lamar isn't the only person that's going to be going after B-Mickie in episode 10 and trying to find him. Your boy big-headed ass Detective Bryant is also going to be looking for B-Mickie in episode 10 to try to lock him up for the murder of Laz, because he found out in this episode that B-Mickie killed Laz. Because while Detective Bryant and the Red Dog unit was investigating Laz's murder, they went to the Platinum Palace in this episode to get the surveillance footage from the night that Laz was murdered to try to figure out who killed Laz, because Detective Bryant knows killing people isn't a part of Meech's style and that's something that he doesn't do. too. And while Bryant was looking over the footage that he got from the Platinum Palace, Bryant saw that B-Mickie was the last person to see Laz alive since Laz was on video hopping into B-Mickie's car. So Bryant and the Red Dog unit put out an APB for B-Mickie, and they found B-Mickie's car outside the hotel that he was staying at. And while they were inside the B-Mickie's hotel room looking for him, Bryant noticed that the AC unit was constantly rattling. So he opened up the AC unit, and what do you know? Bryant ends up finding a gun that B-Mickie used to kill Laz with. And I ain't gonna lie, this nigga Detective Bryant is good at his job, because I would have never thought to look inside that goddamn AC unit to see if it was a gun inside of there. That nigga is too good at his goddamn job, bro. I would have never suspected to look inside the AC unit. I gotta give credit when it's due. I might not like this whopper head ass nigga, but I gotta give props when it's due. I gotta give props when it's due. And him searching inside that AC unit to see if it was a gun in there was smart as hell for him to do. And it was also smart of him to check the gun into evidence this time around, because we all know Detective Bryant has a history of finding dirty guns and not turning them in. We all know what happened in season 1 when he found the gun that B-Mickie used to kill Kato with. He kept that goddamn gun and was holding over B-Mickie's head all throughout season 2 until his son Kevin figured out a way to get into Detective Bryant's safe and take the gun out of there to kill the neighborhood bully that was constantly bullying him throughout season 2. And with Bryant turning in that gun that B-Mickie used to kill Laz with, the feds now have enough on B-Mickie to arrest him for the murder of Laz. And one thing I will say, B-Mickie is dumb as hell for not getting rid of that murder weapon that he used to kill Laz with. Like I don't understand why B-Mickie has an obsession with holding on to the murder weapons that he used to take out people with. Like, I don't understand why B-Mickie has an obsession with doing this. Like, this nigga B-Mickie act like he can't go buy another gun or something, bro. Like, he always holding on to the guns that he used to kill people with. And then eventually later on down the line, somebody always ends up finding them, aka your boy Detective Bryant. And like I also said earlier in the video, B-Mickie is either about to go to jail or he about to die at episode 10. I don't see B-Mickie having a great episode, bro. I don't see that happening at all. Like I said, he should have just stayed his ass at home in Detroit and all this stuff could have been avoided. He could have been at home kicking it with his wife Aisha, spending time with his daughter. He could have been working his 9-to-5 job, even though it wasn't much. It was still something. Like, all this could have been prevented if B-Mickie would have just stayed his ass at home. That's all he had to do. Like, his wife then told him multiple times to leave this situation alone between him and Meech and Terry and not seek revenge against them. Like, she done told him thousands of times to leave this situation alone and he didn't leave it alone. And with B-Mickie not listening, I definitely believe in episode 10 he's going to suffer some consequences for his actions. Rather if it's jail or death, I'm expecting B-Mickie to suffer a bad ending in episode 10, and I don't see him being able to overcome this situation with Lamar trying to kill him, as well as Detective Bryant trying to lock him up and arrest him. I don't see that happening at all. Now, moving on to Loco. In this episode, we saw Loco get taken out and die in a car explosion after a rival cartel he was having issues with planning a bomb on his car. Because back in episode 7, Loco let it be known to Meech in that episode that he was having issues with a rival cartel, as well as telling Meech about his boss man Will that's out in Cali that wants to meet him and Terry. And in this episode, we saw Meech and Terry head to California in this episode to meet Loco's boss. And instead of Loco going on this trip to California with Meech and Terry, Loco decided to head to Miami to deal with the problems that he's been having with a rival cartel. And as Loco was getting in his car after he got off the phone with Meech, a bomb goes off and blows up Loco's car and killed Loco in the process. And man, it really sucked to see your boy Loco go, because Loco was one funny ass character. Loco was funny as hell. Him whooping Terry ass in episode 6 because of Terry letting go of the little boy that Loco kidnapped out in Mexico in episode 5 will always be my favorite funny moment from Loco. That's definitely one of my favorite funny moments from Loco in this show. But all good things must come to an end. Rest in peace to Loco. It was a fun ride while it lasted, and it is what it is. Now, coming back around to Meech and Terry going out to Cali, in this episode, we saw Meech and Terry make a connection with both the Crips and the Bloods in this episode while they was out in Cali, and locking the deal to start working with both gangs and have them move BMF product for Meech and Terry out in California. Because while they was out in Cali, Meech homeboy Maul, who we met in episode 5, was showing Meech and Terry around the city and getting them familiar with the California streets. And while they was at the Magic Johnson Summer Night Celebrity Basketball game, as well as the after party, Meech and Maul ended up getting into a fight at the after party with Maul enemies, which was the Bloods because of Maul being a Crip. We found out in this episode that your boy Maul is a Crip. And look here, bruh, Terry is scary as hell for not helping out Meech and Maul when they was fighting. Like, Terry is scary as hell. Like, I get it. He not trying to fight other people's battles and all that stuff, but at the same time, bruh, Maul is this tour guide and he's the one that's showing Terry around California. And Maul is going to be moving Meech and Terry's product for them out in California. Like, Terry not wanting to help out Maul and Meech in this fight was dumb, because Maul could look at that as a reason to not rock with Meech and Terry. He could stop rocking with Meech and Terry because of that. So I don't think it was a great idea for Terry to leave Meech and Maul hanging while they was fighting the Bloods. I mean, I understand he don't want to get involved in anybody else's battles, but at the same time, Maul is looking out for Meech and Terry by showing them around the streets of California, as well as moving Meech and Terry's product out in California for them. So at least Terry could do is help the nigga Maul out in the fight. That's all I'm saying. That's the least he could do. I'm just saying. So the next following day, Meech and Terry went to go meet up with the Bloods to discuss doing business with them. And at first, they wasn't rocking with Meech and Terry like that because they ain't know him, but Meech was able to convince the Bloods to get on board with Get It Down with BMF. And now Meech and Terry will have both the Crips and the Bloods moving product for them out in California. And one thing I will say about the Blood leader, Big Shot, he a better man than me. He definitely a better man than me, because if Meech would have knocked my goddamn teeth out, ain't no way in hell me and him is about to do business together, bruh. Ain't no way in hell we doing business together. Ain't no way in hell we doing business together. We gotta shoot a friendly fade or something before we can move on from that. Like, you just can't knock my teeth out my mouth and come to me the next following day with a business proposal for us to work together. Like, ain't no way in hell that's gonna happen. Ain't no way. Like I said, Big Shot is a better man than me, because if Meech would have knocked my goddamn teeth out, ain't no way in hell me and him would have had anything to talk about unless we were squabbling. I'm just saying. Now, moving on to Markeisha. In this episode, we saw Markeisha almost get taken out by her crazy ass husband or ex-husband or baby daddy, however the fuck you want to call it. Boom, we saw her almost get killed by Boom in this episode after Boom found out from Markeisha's friend Kiki about Markeisha going behind Boom's back and passing over all the Boom connections to Terry. Because in this episode, when Markeisha was meeting up with her friend Kiki, we got introduced to Kiki for the first time in episode 1, where Markeisha reached out to Kiki in that episode to see if Kiki could help her make a connection with Isaac Roberts. Kiki asked Markeisha about her and Boom and their new partnership that they got going on with each other. And Markeisha straight up told Kiki she not messing with Boom anymore. She's messing with Terry now. She like, look, yeah, me and Boom got kids and all that stuff, and that's cool and everything like that, but I'm messing with Terry now, bruh. I'm getting money with Terry now, and that's just that. I ain't messing with Boom no more. But what Markeisha didn't know is that Kiki and Boom was messing around with each other. And right after Markeisha said this, Kiki ran back and told Boom about what Markeisha said and told Boom everything. And while Markeisha was driving home, Boom decided to drive his car into Markeisha's car and hit her car, almost killing her in the process, as well as himself, because he injured his own goddamn self running his car into Markeisha's car. Like, that was dumb as hell for your boy Boom to do. That was dumb as hell. And it was also dumb as hell for him to call an ambulance for Markeisha, because I would have let Markeisha die. I'm just saying. I wouldn't have called an ambulance for Markeisha. Especially with Markeisha constantly going behind Boom's back and messing with Terry. Like, if I was Boom, I wouldn't have called anybody to come help out Markeisha, bro. I would have left Markeisha ass there. And one thing I will say is that I'm getting tired of this Markeisha and Boom storyline. Like, they need to do something with this, bro. They need to wrap up this storyline. It's either Markeisha is going to be with Boom or she's going to be with Terry. Like, I'm tired of seeing Markeisha go back and forth between Boom and Terry. Like, I'm tired of seeing that. They need to have Markeisha make up her mind or something. All this back and forth that Markeisha and Boom is doing does not make any sense, bro. This doesn't make any sense at all. This shit look like a ghetto ass toxic relationship. Boom and Markeisha relationship look toxic as hell from the outside looking in. This relationship that Markeisha and Boom got with each other is definitely toxic, and I hope eventually at some point they could wrap up this storyline between Boom and Markeisha and they could get this shit over with. Now, before I end this video, I do gotta talk about one more person, which is your boy Breeze, aka Nicole alleged baby daddy. And the reason why I said alleged baby daddy, because we don't know if Breeze is the actual father of Nicole's baby that she had in this episode. Because in this episode, we saw Nicole give birth to her baby. Nicole ended up having her baby in this episode, and she named her baby after Meech. I don't understand why Nicole would name her baby after Meech. Like, that was dumb as hell for Nicole to do. That was dumb as hell for her to do. But anyways, Nicole had her baby in this episode, and Nicole was up in the hospital talking about something the baby looked like Breeze and all this shit. And when Nicole said that, Lucille and Charles just looked at each other like, yeah, alright, that baby look like Breeze, alright. They know good and goddamn well that baby don't look like Breeze. And at this point, Breeze needs to take a paternity test. He needs to take a paternity test, because we all know Breeze isn't the only person that Nicole was getting her freak on with in season 4. She was also getting her freak on with Worm as well, so we really don't know who could be the father of Nicole's baby, to be honest. Nicole was assuming that Breeze is the father, but with her getting her freak on with Worm earlier in the season, Worm could possibly be the father of Nicole's baby. You never know. You never know who could be the father of that baby. But like I said, if I'm Breeze, he need to take a paternity test. He need to take a paternity test and figure out whether or not that's his child or not. Because him and Nicole talk about moving in together and all this stuff. They talking about being one big happy family and all this stuff. Like, before any of that stuff happens, Breeze needs to figure out whether or not, if he's the father of Nicole's child, he needs to figure that out first before trying to move in with Nicole and her baby. Like, Breeze need to take a paternity test first before anything, before trying to move in with somebody and start a family with them, because he might be looking stupid if that baby not his. He gonna be looking stupid as hell if him and Nicole move in together and they start their little family together just to find out that he's not the father of that baby. He's gonna be looking stupid as hell. So if I'm Breeze, I would get a paternity test just to be on the safe side. I'm just saying, if I'm Breeze, I'm definitely getting a paternity test to figure out whether or not if I'm the father of Nicole's baby. That's just me. But other than that, I ain't got too much else to say about this episode. Like I said, this was a pretty good episode. I enjoyed this episode. I cannot wait to see what's next for episode 10, which is the season finale or the series finale, because it's all been alleged and rumored that BMF season 4 might be the final season. We all know throughout the last couple of months, 50 Cent and Big Meech been having a disagreement with each other. They haven't been seeing eye to eye with each other. And we know 50 Cent has said in the past that he has plans on canceling BMF after season 4, but as of now, nothing has came out officially to let it be known to the fans that BMF is canceled. So until then, we just going to have to wait and see how things is going to play out. It's really a guessing game, to be honest. We really don't know what's going to happen. But either way it goes, I'm expecting us to find out those answers sooner than later on whether or not if BMF will get renewed for season 5 or if it's going to get canceled after the season 4 finale. But if you made it to the end of this video and you like the video that I uploaded and created, hit the like button to help the video get recommended across the algorithm. Hit the post bell notification button to support the channel and to get updated on all content I post on my channel. And leave your thoughts and comments down below in the comment section. I'm going to get at y'all later. Much love to y'all. Much love to each and every last one of y'all that's out there watching my channel and supporting my channel and supporting the content that I upload and create. I appreciate y'all. Y'all take care. Y'all be safe and God bless. I'll see y'all later.